Take a guy like Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can?
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather has once again sent shockwaves through the boxing world, this time by openly calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's latest fight. Famous for his perfect record and unshakable confidence, Mayweather didn't hold back. He hinted that he might even step into the ring again for another mega showdown. The boxing community erupted instantly, with fans and analysts buzzing at the thought of Mayweather returning to face Crawford, widely regarded as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport today. The atmosphere is electric.
Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. Like, you only have to win 7, 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes, never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford extended his unbeaten legacy by defeating Canelo Alvarez via unanimous decision, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. The historic clash took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and it lived up to every bit of the hype. Moving up in weight classes, Crawford entered with unshakable confidence. Despite facing the naturally bigger and harder-hitting Canelo, he controlled the pace with slick footwork, sharp combinations, and airtight defense that neutralized the Mexican superstar's power.
What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease.
Right?
You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, I'm sorry, not Canelo. Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to.
Mayweather didn't just talk, he backed it up with action. He wagered $50,000 on Crawford to win, taking him as the underdog at plus 148 odds. When Crawford's hand was raised, the bet paid off big, netting Floyd $124,000. Beyond the money, it highlighted Mayweather's sharp eye for the sport. He believed in Crawford when many doubted, and once again, His prediction was spot on.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals.
But Floyd's admiration didn't end there. After the fight, he declared Crawford the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Mayweather praised not only Crawford's skill and discipline, but also his ability to dominate across multiple weight divisions. For Floyd, pound-for-pound greatness isn't just about collecting belts. It's about consistently beating the very best.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put.
And in Mayweather's eyes, Crawford has done exactly that. Right now, he's the standard every fighter must measure themselves against. Crawford, in turn, has long admired Mayweather, not only for his brilliance inside the ring, but also for how he built his career and legacy. Over the years, their bond has grown, with Mayweather occasionally sharing advice. Crawford doesn't just listen, he applies it. Their relationship is built on mutual respect, ambition, and a deep understanding of what it takes to achieve true greatness.
I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been at.
The post-fight drama took a shocking turn when Canelo Alvarez admitted in a press conference, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." The comment landed like a bombshell, especially considering Canelo's first career loss came at the hands of Mayweather back in 2013, when the young, unbeaten star was hungry to prove himself. Against Crawford, however, Canelo was thoroughly outclassed over 12 rounds, beaten by superior speed, timing, and tactical brilliance. Even two weight classes above his natural division, Crawford found ways to neutralize Canelo's power and control the fight from start to finish. Canelo's statement immediately stirred backlash, igniting heated debate in the boxing world.
TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
My
two,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine, so I cannot think in that way. But I try my best tonight.
And lastly, for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than...
Mayweather's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, quickly fired back, dismissing Canelo's claim. He argued that Canelo's comment was more strategic than sincere, an attempt to elevate Crawford and soften the sting of his own loss to Floyd. Jeff reminded fans that when Mayweather beat Canelo, the Mexican star was already in his prime. While acknowledging Crawford's greatness, Jeff was adamant that no one matches Floyd's defensive genius. Trainer Greg Hackett echoed that sentiment, adding that while Crawford's victory over Canelo was historic, Mayweather still belongs on another level. He pointed to Floyd's unmatched defense, supreme ring IQ, and his undefeated career built against elite opposition as proof that his legacy stands apart.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
Want to
make himself look like he did.
Hackett admitted Crawford's greatness, but reminded everyone that Mayweather's resume still towers over most. The debate over who's truly the greatest of this generation only grew louder. Promoter Eddie Hearn added more fuel to the fire, outright rejecting Canelo's claim. Hearn argued that Crawford's resume doesn't compare to Mayweather's. While Crawford owns marquee wins, including his dismantling of Canelo, many of his opponents, Hearn claimed, were past their best. In contrast, Mayweather consistently faced and defeated elite competition across multiple weight divisions. To Hearn, there's simply no comparison. For Floyd, the debate is personal. He not only beat Canelo back in 2013, but also handed the Mexican star his first professional loss, cementing one of the signature victories of his career.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jim?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
You know what? We're going to get back in the gym. We're going to get back in the gym and we're going to assess that. And, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just get back home.
Yeah, what for you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
No,
Hey, this is thing. That's a fight.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault. His resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. this would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
But Floyd isn't just teasing the idea of a super fight. He's reminding the world that he still sees himself as capable of going toe-to-toe with the very best today. Which raises the question, if Mayweather and Crawford actually meet in the ring, would it be one of the biggest fights in boxing history? Or should money stay retired and let Crawford carry the torch into the future? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss our upcoming content.